Yo, is that pig eating this zomboid? In Project Zomboid, you can't survive off of non-perishable food forever. So let's get to killing some piggies. Kill animal. Oh, dear God. Oh, wait. Where is a good position to take care of all these piggies so that we can keep having a sustainable income of bacon, pork chops, leather, and bone? I'm going to show you some of my favorite farming spots in all the starting spawn location towns, as well as the other towns that we don't get to spawn right into. If you do manage to make your way out of Muldragh, make your way across the highway, and over towards this electrical junction, which is marked on the spawn location map. Now, right beside that power junction is a farming location. Now, this location will typically have us find some wonderful little bunnies already in their own little pen. So make sure you get your ass over here before they die out from hunger, because you do need to take care of these animals. Now, sometimes chickens spawn in this location. Across 4 different playthroughs, only 2 of them I've seen chickens in here. And then 3 out of 4 times I've seen bunnies in this little pen right next door. Now, another cool thing with this farm location right outside Muldragh is that they have all these little piggies. Just gotta clear it out from all these zomboids. Yeah, damn it. Get out of my piggy pen. Now that these pigs are calmed down, now let's get to killing a goddamn piggy. This farming location also has sheep. Last but not least, we got some cows. And I ain't talking about them Discord mods. This location specifically is also pretty likely to spawn a generator in this warehouse. Nice little house for you to make your base in, and roofed garage for your cars. Now, the great thing about this is that this is one of the easiest locations to get to, one of the easiest farming locations to get to. It is quite isolated, while still being very close to a major city. This is the location that I recommend if you're starting out in Muldragh and you want to work your way out to a proper large farm. Now, this is also really nice that it comes with a lot of space, because if you manage to find an animal trailer and other animals, you'll be able to definitely have enough room to house them all here. There's different types of animals as well. So between the chicken, cow, deer, mouse, pig, rabbit, raccoon, rat, sheep, and turkey, you're really only missing turkey as a domesticated type animal. But as an honorable mention, one of the common spawn locations in Muldragh is this house right here. Typically, you'll spawn right in this center room. This is a great location if you wanted to very, very, very quickly get into farming. Little honorable mention for that chicken ranching that you can get done here in Muldragh. Now, it's pretty uncommon for Americans to have a chicken coop in their backyard, but definitely if you're living in a more rural area, a friend that had a chicken coop in his backyard. I don't know if that was health legal. I don't know if you even gotta pay attention to the law. I mean, it's your own backyard, but you know, it is what it is. Thinking about using West Point as your spawn location and trying to start up your farm, unfortunately, I would not recommend that, only because there aren't really any good farming locations that have all the facilities and the a variety of animals already spawned in. There is this one location that is somewhat close to West Point. You can see here, this is West Point. And then right over here where I am is a house and a little barn area, which does have a fenced-in zone for chickens right here. Unfortunately, this barn doesn't have a trough or a water bin or any dividers or rooms for bigger animals, and these are half fences, so you can see that these zomboids will be able to get in. Fortunately, if you don't know yet, these zomboids do not get aggroed onto these animals, and by default settings, their noises do not attract zomboids, but you could change that. However, even with that setting on, they would still not get killed by zomboids, so you don't have to worry about that. Only with other animals trying to get at them, like a meta event of a coyote coming in at the night if your chickens aren't in their hutches. So West Point isn't that great of a location to start off with if you're trying to very quickly get access to a farm, but this is by all means a decent start if you do end up finding yourself in West Point. Again, just make sure you get to these animals before they die out from starvation. Now, for anyone who enjoys spawning in Riverside, the big spawn locations for animals around here is going to be this location to the southeast of Riverside. There is a decent little building, 2-story building, along with a chicken coop already set up here with some half fencing, so a bit easy for zomboids to get in, and a sort of secluded location, but that's really all there is. There aren't any other buildings, a ton of space, and you fortunately are near quite a bunch of trees, so you could very easily build this up into a civilization worth living in and taking care of some more animals. However, you would need to do that all from scratch, all we got so far is just a chicken coop and not even a hay bale in sight. If we move over a bit more to the east, we'll be able to have some cows spawning. But now this is an even worse location. Wide open field, hardly any trees around. You're going to have to do a lot of traveling, but at least these cows seem to be pretty set up for life in the zombie apocalypse for now. Once you find a vehicle trailer to transport these animals, this would be a good spot to maybe procure some living cows for your farm. Now, if we check out the west, we have some other options as well. Let's check out this building over here. This one is equally sparse as the other ones. We have some more cow spawns. Definitely don't knock these if you're going to be traveling through Riverside with a animal trailer. And even more cow spawns. So if you're really needing to build up your own farm and you want that creative freedom, check out Riverside, as you do have a ton of cows to kidnap. Unfortunately, if you spawn in Rosewood, you don't have many options inside the city, but we do have some good choices, some decent choices outside of the city. Namely, one of these locations over here, we can have access to some piggies. Compared to some of our previous points that we pointed out, they don't really have pigs, they only have chickens and cows, so this is a pretty unique farm compared to some of the other ones we've just seen. And we can also see that we have some chickens here running for dear life as these zomboids keep milling around. I don't know, do they want some of that hay? Goddamn. So the bad thing that I want to point out is that we have this little rinky-dink town home. There's not many trees to defend this area any further. Like if in the future we have mud that brings in hordes, this will be pretty hard to defend. And then also it's just so expansive. Even while jogging with my character, it takes me forever just to reach this barn. So that's already maybe what, 2-3 hours out of the Project Zomboid day of me just reaching the end of the farm in case any of my animals have gone down this far, or if I want to bring them into that barn, which is at the literal opposite side of this entire location. At least this place is closer to the other towns if you didn't like that other place. So this one, across 4 different buildings, is another expansive farm location. We got some cows, we got some more cows, and some more cows. So the animal diversity in this location isn't that great, and the buildings are very spaced apart, so it's going to take a while to travel back and forth. Might get a bit tedious in longer playthroughs, especially if you're playing solo and you're the only one taking care of these animals and doing the scavenging and killing the zomboids and traveling around and doing all this and that. And so with that said, I don't really recommend checking out Rosewood if you're interested in the farming mechanics, but those are some 2 good options to try and gun for if you're playing naturally. Now for Echo Creek, Kentucky, we have some new locations to investigate. Echo Creek is one of the new towns introduced in the B42 Unstable update. It introduces a new spawn location that we can choose in character creation as well. The nice thing about Echo Creek is that in general, pretty central to all the other towns. Now you may be asking, what other towns? Well, B42 also introduced a lot of rural buildings throughout these by these major roads and some of these side roads. Here's a big town, and here's another big town. Directly west, there's another small set of buildings to loot from. And then over to the east, we'll find our way heading towards Rosewood, Muldragh, Riverside, and so on. To the north, we have the new town, the new port city. If you want to be a furry and play with the animals, look no further than Echo Creek, because right here on the east side of town, along these side roads, are a bunch of animal spawns. Specifically this spot right here on the map is where I would recommend you starting out your base. As a small coop for chickens, and right here to the southwest of that house building is a cow barn. All along this side road as well are a bunch of sheep. They all have their own troughs, so there's a ton of farm supplies for you to reorganize and really set up a farm or a more centralized farm for yourself, really anywhere around Echo Creek, because of how many animals there are available. So you can't really go wrong. Just because the coop is already built here, that's where I'd recommend. Now for Brandenburg, I don't think any of them are really knockout places, but let me show you what you could be working with. One big location is the southwest side of Brandenburg, across the streets, a little hard to get to, but still relatively close to the city, is this location right here. Now we have some barns, some fencing, but there's not really any animals except for these cows right over here. So another large expansive area, kind of hard to defend, not very centralized location of all these animals. So I can't really recommend it, but it would be a great location to pick up some more cows if you're looking for them. This location here to the southeast-ish area of Brandenburg. We got some turkey spawns. Now, it's not Thanksgiving. This place isn't too bad. However, again, it's still a bit too spacious for my tastes. There's not that many trees, and overall, I think it would be a somewhat boring location. Not too much of interest there, but pretty nice layout, all things considered. I think this is the first time we actually see an explicit farming and rural supply location, which has the furniture to actually take care of your animals. Check this location out here in Irvington. Right there in the middle of the main road, right off of that diagonal. The one location that I would like to recommend that is still somewhat close to Irvington is this little location here at the end of this hook-shaped road. You know what? Let's go in at the main road and quick move all the way down. So you can see a little nice winding path, not much to see, but it does have a large chicken farm here to take care of. Not sure what that is, so we're just gonna ignore that. That's some creepypasta shit. The nice thing about this is that the house is quite regal, since it specifically has this cool little balcony where you can see the bottom floor. There are a bunch of animal location spawns, but Irvington is way out of the way. It's one of the most isolated towns in the game, being here at the corner of the map. So wherever you are going, really you're at the furthest point from all the other towns if you wanted to go back and explore them. Now, last but not least, we're not going to be talking about Louisville. I apologize. You cannot go wrong at all with Ekron. Ekron? The best location in the game to start up a farm is one that is so far away from every other spawn point. It is well worth it how they have this location designed. So here, just west of Ekron, even has a main paved road for you to get to easily. Has almost everything you need. Now, the good thing about this place is that it is a bit more spacious, but at least we have these nice tall walls protecting the whole facility, this whole plot of land, not only on the back end, but the front end too. So if we were feeling quite enterprising ourselves, we could upgrade this location with a double door fence or a double door gate, be able to drive our car in, and we have so much more land to even expand upon. We have a bunch of trees to fuel our carpentry needs, and guess what? This even comes with a well. So for how isolated we are, we would be able to survive the entire zombie apocalypse on our own at this location just north of Ekron. But this road keeps it isolated. However, it is well worth it because of this tall fencing, the amount of trees within the perimeter of the fencing, and that nice little house we have. We have multiple sheds for expansion and neat little storage and roleplay purposes. We have the chicken coop right here. And then we also have some piggies to take care of over here. The nice thing about this is that I think this is a pretty rare looking building setup where it has these sort of garage doors for the pigs to actually come out and play around with themselves here in this dirt patch and get some sunshine time. If you had some cows, you could keep them in here. You could have them get pregnant, and then you can start to milk them and have them in a consistent space to make it easier for you to handle all those animal chores. So me personally, this would be a top tier location to set up any sort of farm, whether you're farming all of the animals or just a few. From turkeys, bunnies, and rabbits with that little pen over here on the east side, to larger animals like cows, pigs, sheep, and so on. So there you have it. These are the locations that I recommend if you are wanting to play vanilla B42 unstable and try and make getting to one of these farming locations and gearing it up, setting it up, and living there as one of your big goals for a playthrough in B42. Tell me in the comments below where you think you're going to start off first, or maybe did I miss any locations that are worth talking about? There are some spots where they have animal spawns, but I couldn't really imagine myself setting up a base there. Or at least it doesn't just look homely or interesting enough for me to see it hours and hours as I keep traveling back and forth from the main house building to come out here and then take care of all these animals. So let me know in the comments below where you're going to be heading. Thank you so much. I hope you consider supporting me by leaving a like, comment, and also subscribing. I do daily live streams, so hope to see you there as well. Thank you so much for watching. Check out this pig dung that you're going to have to take care of. Let me clean that shit up. Pigs should not be wallowing in their own filth. If they do, that is a choice that the farmer had made and is applying it to those pigs. Those pigs have no choice. They can't pick up their own shit. Look at them. They're in this enclosed pen. Of course they can't do anything but roll around in their own shit. So make sure you clean that up. God damn.